Today we're playing TitanFall with the Mad Genius motion capture system. We're using a standard copy of TitanFall with no additional software, and we're playing it on a standard Xbox 360 console with no hardware or software modifications. When the Mad Genius controller is put together, it acts as a standard controller for the Xbox or the PlayStation or whatever console you have it plugged into. Split it in half and the system begins tracking each controller half anywhere in the room with 1/100th of an inch accuracy. This isn't an accelerometer or camera-based system, it's an absolute positioning system that can follow you anywhere you go. If she leans or steps to the left, the Titan will move right along with her. If she moves back to the right, it will follow her there too. For moving longer distances, the control sticks still work, even when the controller is split apart and the motion is active. These motions can be fun for close combat. You can step behind cover to hide while you reload, and step back out again after you're ready. You can walk up to someone, hit him with a melee, and then step back again. When she puts her right hand out in front of her, the controller sees this move and activates motion aiming. Now she can aim just by pointing. The driftless tracking is sensitive enough that it can see even the slowest and tiniest of motions that an accelerometer will miss. She can do this moving and aiming at the same time and have fluid motion control over her game. She can activate her shield just by raising her left hand. The shield will stay up as long as her hand stays up, and when she drops her hand, it'll be released.
Well played.
Put everything together and it looks something like this. A move we call cross wrists signals that she wants to eject from the Titan.
Refer to this as broomstick. Your Titan.
I use the motion aiming online because it makes it much easier to track a moving target. It also works really well if I'm the one who's moving. That 1/100th of an inch tracking accuracy gives me very good aiming accuracy. The aiming motion can also be used for turning while you're moving.
Your Titan is ready.
I always forget to reload. And if somebody pops up, you're ready. The quick aiming can make the shotgun just brutal. That was kind of graphic, so here's a palate cleanser. Raising her hand over her head calls for TitanFall. She draws a circle with her right hand, and that calls the Titan to pick her up. Now, even though she's aiming with motion, the right analog stick still works, so if she wants to make a quick correction with the stick, she can do that. It's not a question of using motion or sticks. You can use both of them together. And then when it's time to eject from the Titan, cross wrists, and out you go. But what if you don't want to stand for the entire game? Well, the aiming works just as well from the couch. You can stand for the parts of the games where you feel like standing, and you can sit down for the rest of them and still use motion the whole time. The buttons are always available even when you're using the motion, so if you want to call the Titan down using the buttons instead of motion, you can do that. We're not trying to replace the buttons with motion. We're giving you the option of motion, and you can use whichever one you want. Tracking moving targets while seated works just as well as it does while standing.
We're in the lead. Keep it up, pilot.
Here she's ejecting from her doomed Titan, and then she's using her motion aiming to control her descent so that she lands on top of an enemy Titan so she can take it out.
Nice moves. Now finish the job.
And even sitting down, that shotgun is just as brutal. Here's that palette cleanser again.
Signal weapon.
So that's a look at TitanFall with the Mad Genius motion capture system. All of the motions that you've seen can be customized to your own preferences. You can change our motion profiles, create your own from scratch, and then when you're finished, you can push them back up to our site and share them with other players. This is a new idea in motion gameplay. You still have all of the controls that you're used to, and you have new motion controls that you can use when you want them. And if you don't want to use the motion, you put the controller back together and you're back where you started. So check out our website. We have a lot of other videos that explain how the Mad Genius controller works, and we have some videos for other games as well. And be sure to check out our Kickstarter. You can be part of making this real.